We have a low-pressure system right now in the Gulf of Alaska, or there will be one in the Gulf of Alaska. The Juneau National Weather Service has already come out with special weather statements saying that there will be snow, possibly heavy snow on Friday. That's all part of this system, I believe. Now, this system is going to speed. It's going to be like a racing car, just speeding southeast into the United States and moving to the East Coast so quickly, it's just going to be very hard to figure out what's going on. Some computer models indicate that there will be an area of heavy snow here in the Midwest. The question is, where will there be the heavy snow? Will there be heavy snow? Will this storm even develop? Will it turn into a strong storm, a weak storm? What's the deal with this storm? So the Minneapolis, Minnesota, they're keeping an eye on the storm. There's a possibility that the bullseye might be over there. St. Louis National Weather Service says that the bullseye might be over there. Each National Weather Service claims that the bullseye is going to be over them. So you have the Minneapolis. The bullseye is probably going to be over none of them, because each one wants it to be under them, right? So, but in St. Louis, they say if it is over them, it's probably going to be falling mostly as rain. In Chicago, that would not be the case. There's a pretty decent chance that Chicago may be getting some accumulating snow this weekend. That's separate from Friday's snow. Friday afternoon snow will also have to be discussed in a couple of moments. If this should happen, it most likely would be around Sunday morning. Detroit, Michigan has a chance of seeing this accumulating snow. This is not connected to any lake effect snow that also might be happening. Even in places like Indiana, there could be some lake effect snow happening this weekend due to either system. But in addition, there might be a widespread snowfall by this second system. Now, here's the thing. Let's go over to a hurricane, kind of like its counterpart. A hurricane, it's the opposite. Okay, so a hurricane, forecasters are not really able to forecast the track of a hurricane. I mean, they pretend. I mean, it looks like they do a very good job. But you know why it looks like they do a very good job? It's because the hurricane moves so slow that you could kind of make up the path as it goes along. You make up the track as it goes along. They accurately forecast a little space in front of the hurricane, and because the hurricane's moving so slow, so people are well prepared. That's how it works with a hurricane. When it's hit by snowstorms are also very difficult to forecast. So when a snowstorm is moving slow, that makes it much easier. When a snowstorm is moving fast, like this one, it makes it very difficult to forecast. They're calling it a clipper-like system. Clipper-like system, so it's being compared to those systems that develop over Alberta in the wintertime. So those systems are moisture-starved systems, sometimes strong low-pressure systems, but they don't have any moisture, so really they tend to produce an inch or so of snow. So this one's being called that. The only thing is that there's a big nafkamina here. A very big difference here is that this low-pressure system, we can't confuse it. We cannot confuse it for an Alberta clipper, because this system is forming in the ultimate spot in the Gulf of Alaska. Storms in the Gulf of Alaska many times also have access to an atmospheric river. I'm not sure if this one does, but I am pretty sure that there will be one which does have access to an atmospheric river, another storm moving on to the Northwest Pacific. Sometimes these storms are connected and the moisture is connected and it gets complicated. But this low pressure system is developing in the Gulf of Alaska. Okay, now it races southeast into the United States. No one's really sure if this is actually going to happen. It could be that this is not going to happen. For real, it could be nothing is going to happen. That's the way it is. But it could be that it will happen. And if it does happen, there's so many questions that we just don't know. So for now, just say there's many cities that have a chance of seeing some accumulating snow, probably Sunday morning, but the timing could change. A lot of things could change from now to then.